Sup, flappers. Um, Walrus has a situation going on, and I'm just here to cover for him in the meantime. Now, what do you think he's doing right now? That makes me that forces me to be on this channel for a brief moment, but happy to be here. Hello. Is this back better? God, I hope so. Taking a dum de dum. Yes, that's what he's doing. I feel like I'm the poopy substitute every time. Did Walrus fall? I didn't even know he fell. But hello everybody. What's going on with the Annie? What is Annie? Please enlighten me. What is Annie? Oh. To be honest, I haven't been playing the game since Inazuma came out, so I don't really know what's happening. So it's just a restroom vacation. That's good. He'll be here soon. Yes, indeed, he'll be here soon. I'm just a poopy substitute. Oh, we're getting an anime with Ufotable? That's pretty sick. Ufotable is a pretty big company, so I think they'll do a really great job, honestly. So, can anybody brief me on what is going on with the whole Genshin news? Because I honestly have no idea. Don't expect Code Geass writing. Hopefully a solid anime, but not God tier. Okay. There's a new Genshin card mode. I think I've never been very good at any of the mini games that they even offered. What's for dinner? We had pizza tonight. Yes. They'll likely do a good job on the anime, and Genshin has a story that will work well in one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, from what it seems like, they have like a pretty solid storyline. So I think even if they may like condense the stories, it might probably be good. Isn't that EroticWalruss? I'm poopy substitute. Yes, I will definitely be watching. Because most of the time when I was even playing the game, I sort of skipped a lot of the storyline, so I don't actually know what actually happened. Good morning. As cool as it is to have a studio working on it, the quality might differ depending on how many projects they have going on. True. I guess at this moment you just hope, you just gotta hope, right? Is that the girl in the background I saw a couple of times in some stream? I think you're talking about the dog. Like I don't know, man. That's probably the dog. Will I ever be coming back to Genshin? Maybe, but I think right now my like I've been a bit too busy. So I don't have enough time to play some games. You know. I'm just in the the dog. I invisibly helped the dog out. Which server am I on? I don't know. NA? College application. That's exciting and not and stressful. Aluga-chan, what's for dinner tomorrow? Wakanai. Walrus, what's for dinner tomorrow? Please, tell me. Looks like dinner is walrus. That would be an exciting one. Which part of body are we eating? What do we have for today? Where's my beauty? Walrus is in a situation stuck in a personal space called the toilet. Will I be doing the stream? No. just until he's out of his poopy situation. Belagajan's gonna eat walrus for tomorrow. Well, he offered it, so oh, I think I hears the flush. You guys, I think he's almost ready. He sure is taking his time. Oh, you have no idea. He needs something more fiber. Honestly, this man only eats meat. And how many times have I tried to convince him to eat vegetables? Oh.
Hey! Why are you sharing all my dirty little secrets?
That's the dog. It's the dog speaking. Don't worry.
Dog? We don't have a dog. We have 3 cats.
Alright. I mean,
to be honest with you, I've been having doubts about our most recent cat. It's not very cat-like. Anyways, hey, chat. Whew. I had to run an errand. I went to the mailbox. Yeah, you know, cause needed to go pick up some mail at the mailbox. That's why I'm late. Oh, you know, the mailbox very far away. I had to ride my bicycle. So Took a while. Thank goodness we had our stand-in wonderful Beluga-chan. But you know, the whole time I was on my bike riding outside. Right now it's like there's a blizzard going on outside, so you know, I'm just happy that I was able to make it back here in one piece. All right, thank you guys so much for having patience with me. But now let's talk about the anniversary. Okay, let's talk about the anniversary. Come on, guys. Like I know why you guys are here. You know why I'm here. Because it was difficult to gauge my community's response to the anniversary when it happened live. So now that we have a time to settle down with just people from our community here, just the Walrus gang, let's see. We're able to kind of gauge the room. All right, eat your veggies, Walrus. I don't know what you're talking about. I eat all the veggies, man. Like, you know, the bok choys. Watermelon, like all the veggies, man. Like I'm good with that stuff. My nutrition is as balanced as can be. Yes. What did you get in the mail? Mail. Letters from people. Yes. Anyways, hey, why are we talking about the mail? Let's focus on the anniversary. Right? Let's focus on the anniversary because that's where I think we're going to go off of. Let's do a poll immediately here. Let's do a poll. Are you okay with what we are getting for second anniversary? All right, I'm just simple yes or no answer. I don't want to go take this too complicated. Are you okay? Like, are you okay with it? I'm not saying satisfied. I'm not saying impressed. I'm not saying pleased. Like, are you okay with this, or are we going to have a problem? That is where we're starting off, right? If you're not okay with it, let's hear it in chat. Like, why not? Why are you not okay with it? And let's go from there, because we need to go through quite a lot of itinerary for today when talking about Genshin Impact for 3.1. A lot of information was dropped here, and some are, you know, expected. Others, oh my god, they hit me from left field. I'm still recovering from the goddamn whiplash. That live stream was something else, right? Overall, I think that was a solid live stream. 75%, so like 3/4 of the community is okay with it. The pet was a surprise. Yeah, that pet was like, my goodness, that pet was a good looking pet. I'm not gonna lie, that pet looked spicy. It's not great game wise, at least, but not terrible either. I'm just fine with it. Can be more, be generous, but okay. I think it's better than okay. Hey, don't worry, we're gonna do a couple more polls here, just to gauge room, because I want to know, like, if you're okay with it, like, how much are you pleased? Are you content? Are you like over the moon about it? And if you're not okay with it, are you upset? Are you disappointed? Or like, there are different ranges of emotion. Or are you like you are like really pissed, livid? Wait, what are we getting exactly? Okay, so this is what we're getting for the 2-year anniversary. That I know of is tied to the anniversary. Like this, the reason we're getting this is because of the 2-year anniversary. 10 summons, meaning the currency, the premium summons, these ones. No, not like these things. Intertwined fates. We're getting 10 intertwined fates, and then 1,600 primo gems. So it could be 20 summons, or you can do resin refreshes, like whatever you want to do. Primo gems are primo gems, right? You can do whatever you want with the primo gems. That's one set of the rewards. The other one is you're getting this little like falcon or this bird looking thing. People are saying it's a cloud retainer. We're able to get the cloud retainer as a little pet that follows us around. So if you guys remember the Sealy, where is it? I remember these like this, but we're getting a little falcon, a cloud retainer looking thing. I don't know if it's, I think it's for free, but it might be tied to an event or whatever. But that's pretty much what we're getting for the anniversary. I don't like having these creatures out, so I'm just gonna put them back in the pocket. I like to roll naked. I mean, I like to roll. I don't like distractions on my screen, is what I meant to say. Maybe it came out a little wrong. Please no demonetization. You guys know what I mean. I don't like Paimon pet when please man, please. No, not Paimon, anyone but Paimon, please have mercy on my poor soul. It's basically last year's total rewards, but from the start. Yep, like we don't have to pester them, we don't have to like go harass them for it. Like this is what we're getting. What do you guys think? So like I think we can end the vote here. The majority seems like 70, like around 3/4 of the people are okay with it. All right. So now let's talk a little bit about, are you happy with the second anniversary? Rewards. Now, not only are you okay, are you happy? Still yes or no answer. So now I'm expecting no to take over more. I'm expecting maybe like a 60-40-ish or 50-50-ish. No, okay, never mind. I way off. 69 no, 31 yes. So so this makes it a lot clearer, right, people? We were okay with it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're happy or content. Right? Like, think about it like this. A lot of people were okay with it. Like, they're not going to complain. They're not going to go out of their way to go harass Hoyoverse. Like, it's not really worthwhile. But like, realistically, are you saying that, are you happy with what we got? Like, it's hard to say you're happy with this, right? I understand that. And I'm okay with this result. Go away to gauge our opinion. Yeah. Like, I just want to understand, like, where we are all at. Because this is basically me. Like, I'm okay with it, but you ask me, am I happy with it? No, I'm not happy with it. You can't expect me to be, like, happy with these rewards. But, like, it's good to know that it's more than nothing. But at the same time, it just feels like we're setting the bar so damn low that there might as well not be a bar, you know. There is no bar. What bar? There's no bar. It's so damn low. It's just, it's like melded into the ground. So it's very copium of me to say this right now, but for some reason I think next year is going to be a bit better. I can't really put a finger on it. It's just like the course of action. It could be because, you know, the game isn't doing as well. It could be because Hoyoverse wants to keep players engaged and motivated to continue playing. And with the huge diversity of premium characters, it just feels like more is needed to get the same value out. I think this year and last year comparatively, nothing has really changed that much. But once you get into the third, fourth, fifth year, the character pools are going to be incredibly diluted, and they're already doing double character reruns every single patch, right? Like, look at Albedo, and what was the other one? We got Albedo this time, and who's the other 5-star? Oh my goodness. Who was it? I know Albedo was one of them. Another one was not so memorable. Venti. Yeah, of course. So Venti and Albedo, you see them doing these reruns for older characters, and it just gets to the point where eventually there's going to be too many characters, and we're going to need so much extra resources to obtain them, and especially for newer players. Like, why play a game when the game is already out for 3 years, and a lot of this stuff is locked behind premiums and limited time events, right? So Hoyoverse is going to have to give out more next year, like, I mean, more in the coming years, just to balance out the expectations from players, if that makes sense, right? I think it's out of necessity for new players, materials, and all. Yep, that's pretty much what I thought as well. Like, what I mean, not what I thought. That's pretty much what I am thinking about as well. Because we have to think about it from a new player's perspective. If you're trying to join Genshin 4 years in with all these amazing characters that have already been released, and you have characters that you want, why should you play? Like, especially during anniversary, like, why even bother to join in if you're not going to get enough resources to do anything in the game? It just doesn't make much sense. So all in all, I think it's going to be important for Hoyoverse to continue incentivizing players to join the game. Older players, doesn't matter. We are, like, you got to think about it from the business perspective, right? Hoyoverse will do it to get newer players in, but they won't really necessarily do much to keep the older players around, because they believe they have a good enough product in of itself to keep you around. They don't need extra bonuses and rewards and like stuff like that to keep you around. That's like the vibe they're giving off. And I'm okay with it. I think Genshin is still a strong product. If you want to compare Genshin to other gacha games, I think Genshin pretty much wins out in most categories. In most. Not all of them, though. Those who give 100 summons probably has 200 characters in the game. Yeah, exactly. Like, those games have a way overpopulation of characters, with each of them being not as, I want to say, not as good. And or they have like 20 different game modes, and you require a different character for every single game mode, and you only use that character in that game mode. Whereas, let's say, like, look at Genshin's character, you can use all these characters in almost all the game modes. All the characters work. That's why it's such a meme in the Genshin community to say, like, oh my god, I can build anybody up and they can clear the game, because it's true. Any character in this game can be built as damaged, although it's not optimal, but it's doable, and you can beat the game with it. That's a cool thing about it, right? And yeah. So I think that's why, like, Genshin is so stingy with their resources, because if they give away too much, you build one solid team of characters, or depending on if you even care about the Abyss, you only really need one, at worst 2 teams of characters, like 8 characters, and you're done. And with 4 stars being so powerful, like Xingqiu, like Zhangling, Bennett. We got Bennett here, Sucrose, with 4 stars being so good in this game as well, and some of them are relatively niche. It's no wonder Hoyoverse wants to draw this kind of stuff out, right? Like, to make sure that it takes people a while to finish collecting these rosters of characters. Okay, but hey, look at the results. Was I not correct, chat? It started off a little skewed, but I said around 50-50, right? 47-53. This is what I was expecting. Like, not necessarily people are going to be happy, but you guys are okay with it. I don't think we need to do any more polls for the anniversary. I think this is where we are. This is where we ended up at. 3/4, meaning 75% of you guys were saying that, I'm okay with it. I'm not going to go out of my way to harass Hoyoverse this time around. But if we were to really ask, like, are you happy with this? Has Hoyoverse made you a happy gamer with these anniversary rewards? No. 50% not happy. So, oh god. That was to be expected. My mouse is glitching. That was to be expected. Anyways, let's end the poll here. Let's move on to talking about other stuff. We have to talk about the permanent content. We have to. let's talk about permanent content. How am I going to even proceed with this? I don't want to piss anyone off. I don't want to offend anybody. But we have to talk about the card game. All right, let's keep it civil. Yeah. Yeah, card game. I'm not the biggest fan of the card game mode. And depending on how they implement it, it may or may not be like, listen, I feel like there's gonna be more people. I mean, there's gonna be a group of people dedicated to playing the card game. Like they'll pretty much stop playing Genshin all around and they'll just play the card game. That's all they do. They'll play the card game as like a main form of content and Genshin as the side content. But like, can we all agree that like that card games is gonna pretty much consolidate a group of players just solely playing the card game? Is the card game permanent? Yes, it's a permanent game mode. It is a permanent game mode that is staying for good. What card game? Am I missing this? Okay, so Mark Sia, in the 3.1 live stream, they showed us that there's going to be a Genshin Impact card game as a permanent game mode being introduced in patch 3.3. So, yep. It's happening. It's happening. They're finally adding in a new game mode, and at this point, I think this should, like, this honestly should tell us everything that we need to know, right? Like, Genshin Impact is going for diversity over anything else. Their goal here is 100% to reach as wide of an audience as they humanly can. Forget about the permanent game modes like what do you call that? Forget permanent game modes such as like new abyss, new combat content. I think we'd be lucky in the next few years to get any like combat related permanent content. I don't think we are, like, to be quite frank with you, like, ever. I don't think we are ever going to get like combat focused permanent content like guilds, raids, group dungeons. Forget about it. Like, this is not me being pessimistic. It just doesn't make sense. Look at how they're developing their game. Like, look at all these changes they've made, like, for years and years. Like, at this point, can we all just agree on the fact that EroticWalruss has no intentions of ever making Genshin more than just like this casual, friendly game for people who are too busy with their life to play more time? What's that word? Like, time demanding games. Like, Genshin was made for working adults who want to just take a breather here and there to enjoy something casual. Like, how many more times do we need to highlight this? Like, we have to agree on this first, because if we cannot agree on this, we cannot proceed with talking about the other additions and the progression of the game. Right? Like, I'm going to use a very crude example. What's wrong? What's wrong? Oh. Oh my god. Well, one of my amazing accessories just got chewed out by my third cat. Poll that. What do you want to poll? Give me the question for the poll, and I'll write a poll. Third cat? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got a third cat. You wanna see my third cat? Come here. Jabba, come. Oh. 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 Why are you so heavy? So heavy, Jabba. Oh, taco. Ah. My third cat. She is she's 5 months old. She's going towards 5 months old. Oh, yush, 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 yush. Yeah, when I got her, the person's like, yeah, like this cat's very docile, very calm, easy to bond with. Uh, I'm starting to feel like I was lied to. So yeah. But you know, I love her nonetheless. Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute. Oh, I love you so much. But you're quite the handful. Okay. Whose hand was that? That was Beluga-chan. Big crazy cat. Yep. She just chewed out one of my you know those weird Asian accessories they have, like, oh, like knock on your shoulders, a mallet or something crazy like that. What's their name? Jabba. That's her name. Jabba. Jabba. Anyways, we got a little sidetracked there. Let's talk about the poll that the person wanted me to do. What do you want me to poll for? What do you guys want to know with the community here? Let's see. What audience was Genshin Impact created for? Combat geeks, casuals. I'll add a couple more options here. We can do 4. Hardcore. I want to see what you guys think as well, gamers. You know what? Let's do this. Do this. I'm gonna remove a couple of these. Let's just do casual. Casuals. Hardcore. Hardcore. There we go. That was a little more difficult than I thought, because I wanted to find meaningful. One moment, I'll be right back. Vote. Vote. So chat, agree with me for the most part. Because I've been saying this for the longest time, and people keep making me sound like I'm crazy or something, right? Moonlight says Walrus meme review Sumeru version. I can't do meme reviews, Moonlight, because a lot of the stuff that I review in meme reviews is copyrighted, and I get copyright. I get copyrighted. I get demonetized. I can't do it. Ho 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 ho. That sucks. I like those videos, man. Like it was fun creating them too, but I can't do it. So, but let's get back on topic, because if I keep getting sidetracked, we're never gonna get through all this. Okay, so we can agree that in chat, Genshin was created. Genshin as a product, as a video game, was created for casual players. All right, let's end the poll here. I think we don't need to like it. It's not gonna flip around. But 5% of the people did think that Genshin was created for hardcore players. Because if that were true, right? I mean, if that is true, let's just assume that Genshin was a game designed for hardcore players. Then can we all agree that Hoyoverse did a terrible, terrible job designing the game? And now they're stuck now with a group of players that they never intended the game to be for. If from the get-go, Dawei was like, man, we need to make a game, like a gacha game, for hardcore players, like players who want to go full throttle on our game 24/7, no life our game. If that was what Dawei had envisioned, I can only say, like, he's suffering from success right now. You know, like, because Genshin right now in its current state is just a very casual friendly game. And the funny thing is, like, okay, look, who's the biggest Genshin Impact content creator right now? Who's the biggest one? I'll wait. I don't think it's going to take long for you guys to answer this question, because just judging by what people want to watch for Genshin Impact, you can already tell what kind of community and game it is. Twanto. Tectone? I mean you. No, not me. Like, realistically, who's the biggest one with the most viewerships, the most successful, like, whatever? Right, Twanto. Yeah. Twanto, Tectone, right. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you guys, it's not a trick question, okay? Asian guy. Yeah, okay. Enviosity. Okay. So, Giguk. Oh, yeah, Giguk. Tony too. So here's the reason why I asked you guys that question, right? How come no one said Ziox? How come no one said Braxophone? Or how come nobody said I went to lose gaming? Right? How come nobody said, like, how come, like, Sevi plays? Yeah, how come none of them, not to bag on them, I'm just saying, how come that wasn't the first that popped into people's mind? Like, you guys know all these people, like Zajeff, X-Slice, you guys know all these people. Like, their names are not foreign to you guys. But how come when I ask who's the biggest content creator, the biggest, and I said most successful, the one with the most views, like, Ziox pulls in a crazy amount of views, right? It's not about viewership now, is it? You see, it's not really about viewership. It's not really about popularity at this point. It's about presence and engagement. Because Twanto and Asian guy and these people, like, when you think about Genshin and the face of Genshin, that's who you think of, Giguk, right? Why? It's because Genshin, and I say this again, is a casual game. Yes, Ziox helps a lot of players build and optimize their teams and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, they watch Ziox because they want the best for their teams. But when they want to enjoy just Genshin content, they go to Twanto, they go to Asian Guy, they go to these other creators, because Genshin at its core is not like hard. It's not about building characters. Genshin at its core is just about taking whatever the hell you have and enjoying whatever you can with them. And of course, once in a while, your favorite character is going to drop and you're going to do everything in your power to secure them. But then what? Like, there's no PvP, there's no, like, group content, there's no guilds, there's no competitions, there's no leaderboards, there's no ladders to climb, there's no, like, you know, impossibly difficult endless game modes. It's just the community memeing with each other. That's it. Like, so that's why I say at its core, even looking at the content creators who have made it the highest in this community, it's all casuals. It's all just the casual people who plays the game for what it actually is. Look at the content Twanto puts out, right? He engages with this community. He does what this community wants to do. He makes these creative and interesting and engaging scenarios. Like, are any of them about meta? No. It's all just engagement. Playing the game, using Genshin characters as like a medium to connect with other people. That's what Genshin Impact is. That's why, despite people keep ragging on the game online saying, oh, there's all about permanent content. If you look at Genshin IRL events, they're so popular because it's simply using Genshin Impact as a medium. Genshin Impact is like the middleman here, and it's bridging us together through our common interest. That's all it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be this big, like, it's not like playing a game of basketball. Like, we're not here to compete. We're not here to, like, you know, share, talk about our skills and like flex our, like, oh my god, guys, look at my account. Oh, I have Yelan. Oh, and then like I can do like a 1-3 and then go into charge attack combo and then dash back, switch to Zhongli with the hard pillar, like, and then with the 0.3 seconds dash to the right side with Hu Tao, and then like nobody cares. Like, no, okay, somebody cares. There's a small group of people in the community that cares about that stuff, like min-maxing, like all percentages, but for the most part, they don't care because it's not important. It's not important in the slightest to enjoy the game. If you're going to tell me you can't enjoy this game without optimizing your each and every one of your characters and their rotations to that degree, I'm going to get Hu Tao to run towards you like this, like in the middle of the night down the hallway to chase you with the cough. Oh shit. I mean, you get the point. Like, this is how absurd it is. When I really have nothing to do, I will log into Genshin and I'll take each one of my characters and I'll make them jog towards me like this, and I'll pretend like they're chasing me. Like, oh, Walrus, get back here! I'm not done with you yet. That's Genshin, baby. Like, you can scrutinize just as hard when it comes to min-maxing without these beautiful graphics and this immersion and this music. But when you have all this stuff, why not just try a little bit to have some fun every now and then? Like, Morris, come back here. I have something to tell you. Yeah, like Mark says, like, bro, what? Like, yeah, it's weird, right? But I don't want to do this in Tower of Fantasy. I don't want to do this in like Cookie Run Kingdom. I don't want to do this in any other game but Genshin. Why? Because Genshin has this casual, friendly aura that's built upon great quality art, animation, music, and just, it feels more real. Okay? Does that make sense? This all feels more real. Okay, I don't want, oh my god. Oh my god. Like, you can't tell me this doesn't look freaking hilarious. You guys, okay, see, now that you guys saw Hu Tao, Yelan, and Xingqiu doing it in chat, do you guys want to see Zhongli chasing me? Come on, stop the cap. You guys want to see it, right? You guys want to see Zhongli chasing me? Just say the word. Just say the word. I know you guys want to see it. Okay, you guys ready? Osmanthus wine. That's the same. Get back here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Cavan44 says, bro, I don't know what you're on about. Genshin isn't a game. It is just a way to throw the OST at us because it's a masterpiece. Well, no, think about it. Cavan, what I'm saying is Genshin Impact as a game is a medium. You see what I mean? Like, it's a medium. It's like, it's something that it serves as common grounds or common interest between people to bond over. Right? At its core, that's what it is. It's like, it's almost like it's a social tool, much less than it is a video game, in my opinion. That's like the strength of Genshin. Genshin has allowed, like, for example, you sitting here typing that comment, communicating with me, why are we able to do this? Sure, like we got YouTube and technology, but the reason is you came in here because of Genshin at its core. And we're able to have this conversation because of it, right? Calvin says, yeah, absolutely, just memeing. It's a pseudo MMO experience. Okay. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It's a pseudo MMO experience, right? Because it's like a massive multiplayer, not on. Yeah, I guess massive multiplayer online. Yeah, you're right. It's an MMO experience. But when we think of MMO in the term of Genshin, it's not really like in the same world, right? It's such a weird thing to even try to explain. That's why I'm struggling right now to find the proper words to describe to you guys. But I'm sure at this point most of you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Genshin at its core is like, it's, in my opinion, it's much less like its role in society and in is much less important that it is a game as it is like a social tool for people to bond over. I can sit here and talk to you guys about Genshin OST for the next 2 hours, and I'm sure you guys, for the most part, like, we can go through, listen to different Genshin OSTs, and we can have a conversation about that, right? We can do that. I can talk about the heritage and design and influence of each of these characters and their backstories, right? Talk about Zhongli and you know, where he, like, we could spend 2 hours just talking, going down Hu Tao, Xingqiu, Yelan, and Zhongli, and talking about these characters' background and their story and lore. Stuff like that. We could talk about Mondstadt. We can talk about the inspirations of Mondstadt and the city. We can talk about that. We can talk about the world building. We can talk about the whole grand. We can theorize on the story and what like the Archon War, Conria, right? Like, there's so many aspects of Genshin we can focus on. Yet combat, though, if I want to focus on combat with you guys right now, like, sure, we can sit here and scrutinize the numbers as well. We can scrutinize the optimizations, right? Like the best possible team for Hu Tao and stuff like that, but that requires weapons, that requires artifacts, which not everybody is going to have. At the peak of Genshin, meaning like when you have all the characters' signature weapons, meaning like you have the Aqua Simulacra, like, how many people in chat even has Aqua Simulacra? Right? And that's my question. Like, how many people playing Raiden actually has Engulfing Lightning? So when I talk about this stuff with you guys, like, sure, you guys might be like, okay, then since it's so good, I'm gonna go get it on the rerun. But then that's months away potentially, like 3 to 6 months away. Like, what are we gonna do in between, right? How many people has Thundering Pulse, Primordial Jade Cutter, Red Horn Storm Thresher? A lot of this stuff requires you to, like, I know for the most part, you don't need to own it to be interested in it, right? And you guys might just be watching out of curiosity. It's kind of like when you guys watch I Win to Lose Gaming. He does all those showcases. You don't necessarily have all that stuff, but in the end, you'll be like, oh, that's interesting. Like, that's good findings. Like, I can reference this in the future. But then how many times did that come up in conversations? You know, I think let me find a good example. So, like, what's a good example? I don't really talk about Genshin too much, so I struggle. I like to do reactions. Okay, let's talk about reactions. Reactions is much more commonly discussed because everybody has access to reactions, as opposed to specific character optimizations and niches. That's why we have all these mains subreddits where, like, if you really want to delve deep into Yelan, not in that way, get your mind out of the gutter. If you really want to go hard, if you really want to scrutinize details regarding Yelan, you go to her subreddit. Right? So that serves a purpose. But at the same time, that only serves to segregate the community. Like, do you guys think it's a coincidence why Hu Tao mains hate, like, Yoimiya mains, why Ayaka mains hate Ganyu mains? It's just these kind of discussions and topics just breeds it's a breeding ground for competitive people to shit on each other. Right? So, can you talk Yaimiko? I could talk about Yaimiko, but a lot of you guys won't like what I have to say about her. I mean, I gave a lot of hot takes. Till this day, I still think C0 Raiden Shogun is overrated. But that's just me, right? You guys will, like, I believe 90% of the people in chat right now would think C0 Raiden Shogun is top 5 units in the game. Right? Like, and that's okay. That's okay. But I think C0 Raiden Shogun maybe top 10. Not top 5. She's not that good, in my opinion. C2 Raiden Shogun. Top 3 units in the game. Top 3. I think people all have their biases, and I have mine, and I'm allowed to have biases, and you guys are allowed to dog on me for my biases, right? Like, you guys are 100% okay to shit on me if you think like my opinion is wrong. I never once denied that. But my point here is, what is the purpose of that? Like, why like, because at the end of the day there has to be a reason, right? Me saying Raiden C0 is like overrated and not really worthwhile, and there are better options at C0. Like, Hu Tao at C0 is better than Raiden Shogun at C0. I'm just saying, okay? But Raymond, keep walking. All right? Don't be giving me the look. I saw you there, Raymond. Hey, you get your ass over here. What you looking at? Where you going? Where you going, Raymond? Where you going? Where you going? You know who I work for? You know I own a funeral parlor in Liyue, right? You don't mess with me. I'm gonna chase you. All right, keep walking. Keep walking. Raymond, get back here. I own a funeral parlor in Liyue. I can give you a discount. I have coupons for you and your friends. Are you interested? Raymond? Raymond? Look at me. Look at me when I'm talking to you. Raymond. I own a funeral parlor. Sorry, I got sidetracked. That's literally what I do on my free time in Genshin Impact, okay? Don't judge. You guys done some weird shit as well. Don't judge me. I'm just transparent about it. This is canon what Hu Tao would do. Like, yeah. Yeah, don't look at me with disgust. I know you guys are looking at me like this. What the fuck? Hey, I know what you guys do when you guys are alone with your Eulas and your frickin' your Kayas and your Zhonglis. Don't judge me. Resinless behavior. True. Okay, so now that we've established that, I don't think permanent content in regards to combat is coming. Period. Ever. Let's put that to a poll, right? Let's put that to a poll, because this is important. Do you think we will get future permanent content for combat? Is that a good way to word it? Do you think we will get future permanent content for combat? No. Do you think we will get future combat focused permanent content? There we go. All right. Answer honestly. Answer honestly. What time frame? No time frame. Till the end of, like, till the servers close. Do you guys think we will get future combat based permanent content? Rationally, no. Emotionally, yes. Let's talk rationally. Let's say if you had to bet money on it. Let's say if you had to bet money, what is your option here? What do you choose? 50-50. That's a pretty interesting split. How come it's so even? How come it feels like it's so even? And like, imagine you're betting money on it. I'm hoping for an endless mode. I do think it would serve the game very well if we had combat focused permanent content. Personally, I want like boss raids, but you know, that's really copium as well. It took them like every year they add one permanent content. Have you guys noticed that? Last year they added the teapot. This year they're adding the card game. Right? The teapot is a permanent content. We can't forget about that. So they add one permanent content annually. So by the end of all the regions, we should have 7 new game modes as compared to patch 1.0. Fishing. Are we really gonna count fishing? Come on, chat. Are we really gonna count fishing as a permanent content? I mean, the teapot at least gets updates. Fishing, I mean, okay. Stop before you... I'm gonna stop you guys before you say, but Walrus, they updated fishing as well. No. Adding new fishes does not count as new content. We literally have way more diversifications for the teapot. The teapot is a content. It's a new permanent content. Fishing is a feature. Okay, I can say fishing is a new feature, but I don't consider it content. Yes, and there's teapot HC players out there. Absolutely. I don't... Find me one Genshin Impact fishing only player. Like, somebody who plays Genshin only for fishing. Just find me one. Fish for Kokomi. Yeah, imagine if they said every time you fish, you have a 0.0000069 chance of getting a Kokomi. Chat is frozen. Oh, damn, you're right. Let me fix it. Let me fix the chat. There you go. There you guys go. Shukai says, I'd be fishing all day then. Yeah, like, imagine if they tell you there is an infinitesimally, like, damn near impossibly unlikely rate of getting Kokomi from fishing. Y'all would do it. And there is an infinitesimally small and impossibly low chance at getting Zhongli from mining. You guys would do it. Don't cap. Don't cap. That's all you guys would do. And you know what? You know what? Chat. I can also guarantee that out of all of people in chat, there's always going to be that one friend that you guys have. Not you. Okay, it's not going to be you, but it's going to be that one friend that you guys have, like, oh my god, dude, I just started playing Genshin yesterday, and I was like hitting some mines, and I got this like, dude, is he good? Like, oh, I just started, like, my first fish that I was fishing for Kokomi, I mean, for the catch, I ended up getting this this chick got Kokomi. Is she good? It's always that. Yo, everybody has a friend like that. But it's never us. Yeah, this tall Chinese dude popped out of the rock. It's kind of weird, bro. Is he good? And they always have to ask, is he good? Right? Like, they always have to just double check. Oh, is this character good? Did I luck out? Yeah, but it's never us. Of course. You know, and you gotta hold back your tears and be like, yeah, he's good, man. Congrats. He's really good. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you, man. Hangouts are permanent content. Okay, yeah, Hangouts, maybe we can say Hangouts is a permanent form of content. Like, but what I mean is like major content. Like major permanent content, like the biggest one. Like the card game is going to be a major, nobody play, like, we have to evaluate it like this. Are there is it possible for people to play this game just for that? Card game, I can totally see people just playing Genshin for the card game. I can totally, actually, I know a few people who only plays Genshin for the teapot. Like, that's all they do. They come on, they decorate their teapot. The only reason they'll pull for characters is to put them in their teapots. That's it. You guys might be like, wait, that's kind of crazy. Like, yeah, but like, can you guys find me one person who plays a game just for fishing? I don't think so. If you tell me there's somebody who plays a game only for fishing, I need pics or it never happened. So they want to play Sims. Yeah, they want to play Sims, but with Genshin characters. Mark Cia says, I played game only for fishing. Stop the cap. You're capping. There's no way. So yeah, like I don't wanna over rag, like over dog on this this whole situation here, but yeah, like it's just what it is. All right, let's accept Genshin is a casual game. I think people like Tectone is more disappointed than, you know, than they let on. If people think like, oh my god, Tectone is so negative and all this stuff, trust me, it's oh Hana hello. It's way worse, because for somebody who's like Mtash, maybe Mtash can find a way to make the Genshin card game mode competitive, or like he'll find a way to turn it competitive and go. But people who are inherently wanting competition and to like to have meta be of relevance, they're not going to be too happy with the current state of this, like what we have right now. Suds is saying, I was talking to my friends about this a while ago. I was hoping for Labyrinth Warrior event to come back as a permanent thing. I think having a dungeon crawler mode would be really fun. I agree. But like, it just puts too much work for Hoyoverse. Like, think about it like this, right? Hoyoverse wants to design things that can take up, ideally, like in theory, and like an infinite amount of your time without them ever having to balance or rebalance. Like, think about the dungeon crawler. Would they not have to constantly update it? Would they not have to constantly like rebalance around it? They already have to do that for the Spiral Abyss, right? So realistically, that's just putting more like effort. That's just putting more effort for them to having to do that, right? So it's not really incentivized, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't make them, it's not a good product or feature to develop, because after you develop it, you're gonna have to spend more resources every patch or every other patch to oh, now the monsters are all different, the buffs and debuffs are completely different, we rescaled it, and they have to worry about bugs, fixes, they have to worry about like people abusing certain certain loopholes and whatnot. So it's just a huge pain in the ass if they end up developing a feature like that. But when it comes to the card game, it depends on how they want to design it, right? Like, if they want to design it for a more casual friendly audience, then maybe people aren't going to be as try hard, and people aren't going to complain as much. But that's just like what I think. I don't think Hoyoverse is interested in designing anything that's anything remotely complex, if that makes sense. which I think is fine. Like, I mean, I don't have a problem at all with Hoyoverse wanting to stay casual. Like I said, like many times, I've already long since accepted the reality that Genshin will never be more than just a casual, friendly game. And I think it'll serve you. It'll serve you much better if you treat it as such. But you know, not trying to teach you guys how to play games. Do with it what you want. Azure says, some play Black Desert only got fishing. Yeah, but then that actually gives you progression, right? Genshin fishing doesn't give you anything. Like what? Like how are you gonna progress through the game? Like just through fishing, unless like it gives you materials, resources, primo gems of some sort or whatever. Like then yeah, I can totally see that happening, but it doesn't. So I don't know. I don't know why people are so caught up on like Genshin being needing combat. Like I want it. Don't get me wrong. Like people, this is the thing that people always twist my words when I say this. Like it's like, oh, Walrus, don't you want it? Like, isn't it such a good content? Like of course I want it, but I'm being realistic. I also have a responsibility of sharing my thoughts with an audience that sometimes I don't know. Like I think for the most part, I would like to think you guys watch me for entertainment. Okay, like I honestly, honest to God, I don't hope anybody is watching me for like actual sound in-game advice, because I've long since abandoned meta and all that stuff. But I share my thoughts, and I'm very honest with you guys. Okay, if I think something is gonna happen due to circumstances, I'm gonna tell you guys that. I don't think Genshin is ever gonna release, you know, what would you guys call that? Like hardcore content, and I give you guys reasonings. Like I'll give you guys legitimate reasons like why I think that is, right? I like to think that honesty in this space is worth something. I can, like I keep saying, I can sit here and blow smoke up your ass all day and be like, oh my god, chat, like this is what I think, like oh my god, huge news, Genshin's gonna like blah blah blah. But what does that? Who does that serve? That's just gonna like y'all are just gonna meme on me for being copium, anyways. They're literally making the anime, and everything is within their reach. Honestly, I don't even know how popular that Genshin anime is going to be. I hope they don't do it as like just to please the audience, and then the anime ends up being crap. I really wish the anime does end up being good or decent. Like they should hire proper people to pace the anime, to rewrite, like redo the what you call that, like do it from scratch and do it right, because the story pacing from a video game, from a light novel, from an anime, from a manga, from like it's very different. Imagine Harry Potter as an anime. It's gonna have a different pacing, it's gonna have different dynamics, everything's gonna feel different. The story, like the general storyline might still be the same, but the delivery has to be different. Like I worked in this space, so I know like you can't just take, like this is what you cannot do. This you cannot take a book, a novel, and just try to transcribe it 100% into a TV show like Game of Thrones. Look at what happened to Game of Thrones in the latter bits. Right? It's just it takes a team of people who know what they're doing to execute this kind of stuff properly. By the time it reaches your computer screens or your iPad or your mobile phones or your TVs, that's already a finished and should be polished product. But for the most part, people and in the industry, they fail to deliver this quality. And it's very disappointing to see that. To see the potential go to ruins. I don't believe the anime will be a retelling of the game, except Arcane. Yeah, but Arcane did it right. They did it different, right? They delivered the contents of the show like it was supposed to be. a TV series, like an animated TV series. They didn't try to be League of Legends. They didn't try to be the game. They tried to be a TV series. Every single character had a motive. Every single character had a purpose. Every single character acted out of reason. Not because, oh my god, you know, wouldn't it be amazing if Jinx built a Kraken Slayer and Storm Jace who has like an eclipse? It just doesn't make sense. They were huge. They felt like real living breathing characters. And that's what's so important about Genshin's anime adaptation, is that, for example, if Yelan appears in the anime, she needs to be fleshed out way more than just this mysterious, like, sure, like, she needs to act out of purpose and not out of character. A lot of these adaptations fails to deliver this. And also, it's very different when a character speaks in anime versus in a movie versus in a TV show, like a real life. Like, have you guys know about all those failed real life adaptations of TV shows, where like Dragon Ball IRL, right? Like live action adaptations. Why do they always fail? It's because they're trying to get these real life breathing people to speak like anime characters. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's just until this day, because like I can sit here and tell you guys, like, talk to you guys for the next 3 hours about how we have yet to discover a working formula to transcribe Japanese anime character dialogue and their traits. Like, for example, look at how Levi speaks and talks from Attack on Titans, right? Look at how he talks. Nobody talks like that in real life. Like, people just don't talk like that, right? So, you know, like, maybe just maybe we need to kind of switch this around a little bit. Maybe people shouldn't talk like that. Maybe people shouldn't sound like they constantly have a because the way Levi delivers his dialogue is incredibly bold, cold, distant, rude, even, right? How are you going to translate that to live action? If Paimon speaks in anime, I am out. Yeah, like, for example, Paimon shouldn't exist in the anime. Paimon's like, right? Like, that's a great example. Paimon serves as a in-game guide. Paimon's original purpose is to serve as a mascot and a guide to the player experience. That's it. That's her only, like, purpose. Anything more than that, it's just forced. Anything more than that, it's forced. And to be honest, just having her in the story, constantly talking, blabbering, it really ruins the immersion at times. I'm like, sure, she can be cute, she can be lovable at times, but for the most part, in the story, she doesn't really serve a purpose. And I am hoping Hoyoverse has a plan for her, like, in the story, like, because Paimon is essentially a main cast, if you guys think about it. She is just as an MC as the rest of us are. Like, if you really think about it, right? She's been with us since the very beginning. Her role in the story is integral. It's very, very important. I don't think people understand how much screen time Paimon gets versus the amount of the impact she's had on the story. She has close to no impact on the story, yet her screen time is like second to only us, if not, yeah, like she's second to only the main character. Like, for example, like, can you imagine Harry Potter? I keep using Harry Potter as an example, but like, what plot purpose does, like, truly, what plot purpose does Paimon serve? Answer me this first. I don't think people even know, like, what the hell Paimon's supposed to be doing. That's the crazy part. That's actually crazy. Like, to have a character in your story that serves close to no purpose and take up so much screen time. The absurdity is it just isn't adding up. That's why I say if by the end of the game Paimon doesn't end up being some sort of like integral piece to the story, I'm gonna be quite disappointed. Right now I have the hopium like riding high, being like, okay, like they definitely have a plan for Paimon. Like at this point she's just too relevant to the story for them to just throw her to the side and be like, oh my god, Paimon. Dialogue repetition. That's her purpose. To repeat dialogue that's already been spoken. I can't. Like, when you guys watch a Disney movie, how long does it take before you guys pinpoint, like, oh, that's the mascot? Like, they're gonna sell, like, you can point to that character and be like, they're gonna sell a lot of plushies off of this character. I'm gonna give you guys a quick quiz, right? I'm gonna give you guys a quick quiz. Answer in chat. From the Disney movie Frozen, which character is the mascot? That Disney was like, we need to have a character in this movie so we can sell a lot of plushies. Which character is the Frozen mascot? Right. Exactly. Olaf, right? Olaf, the frickin' snowman guy. It's very obvious. Now, what about Little Mermaid? Let's do some traditional ones. Little Mermaid. Do you guys know what kind of plushies they were gonna sell with Little Mermaid? Yeah, it's like if you go look at any industry, like these things are present everywhere. From the get-go, Paimon is the mascot. Right? Paimon is the mascot. Like, we can keep going, but we don't need to. It's just... I'm not here trying to tell you guys, like, oh my god, it's such a bad thing. I'm just saying. Doesn't serve much purpose beyond that, my friend. Because Genshin has done such a poor job of implementing Paimon into the story. Sebastian from Little Mermaid served a purpose in the story, and mascot was just like a sub characterization for Sebastian. Sebastian had a purpose in the story, and he played a big role. That's why his mascot ended up, people even bought his mascot, like, oh, he's quirky, he's funny, I like the character. But Paimon, man, what is the purpose? I don't hate Paimon. I'm just saying, from a story's perspective, it was a lazy implementation of a mascot. Okay, so that's where I'm gonna leave it for Paimon. Let's do the giveaway right now. Since we have the people in here, let's do the giveaway. We're going to be giving away one Welcome Moon because in a couple of days here, it's going to be Shukai's birthday. So Shukai is sponsoring us one Welcome Moon for you guys. So, what was it again? Nightbot. So, let's go to the dashboard. There we go. We are in giveaways. It's been a while since we've done one. What was our channel member luck for giveaway? One moment here. What was our channel member luck? Let's double check this real quick. We got our chat here to the side. I'll just sit underneath here. Channel members. 7 times luck. Holy smoke. We've been doing 7. We've given 7 characters away without channel members winning. That's kind of nutty. Okay, so for people who are new here, okay, what does this number 7 mean? If you guys see up here, there's like 7 times luck. Every time a channel member doesn't win a character giveaway, meaning like Kazuha, Eula, Zhao, Yelan, like character, like not just the Welkin Moon. Like Welkin Moons won't bump this luck multiplier up. It's characters only. So it means and channel members start with double luck. So all channel members, at worst, they have doubled the chances to win every single giveaway. But that means they've gone 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've gone 5 character giveaways without we've gone 5 character giveaways now without a channel member winning. That's crazy. I'm gonna be giving a Dendro Archon away, maybe more depending on how things go. Yeah, but I'm gonna be giving Dendro Archon away whenever she comes out. I don't know when she's coming out, but that's the next big character giveaway. So yeah, channel members are going to have 7 times the chance to win. And even if this multiplier only gets cleared once channel members win something. So even if a channel member right now wins this Welcome Moon, this multiplier doesn't go away. It's only reset back to 2 times when channel members win a character. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay. Read it like that. It's gonna be a little difficult, but that's the key word. It's gonna be a little difficult to. I feel like people are gonna. But happy birthday, Shukai. Thank you so much. Like, Shukai has been doing quite a number of giveaways for us here on the channel for Welcome Moons. And he's also done Battle Pass giveaways. So I wish everybody can just wish him a happy birthday. I think having him in our community here is definitely a blessing. Yeah, and this shouldn't get flagged by YouTube. So look at that wholesomeness. You don't have to enter the giveaway. Like for people who aren't interested, you don't have to. But good luck, everybody. For me, like, it's gotten to a point. While you guys are typing, I'm gonna share some of my thoughts with the current state of Genshin for myself. Right, it's gotten to the point where like I feel like I don't really have a purpose to pull every single 5-star character. I'm not really meta driven, and I don't make guide videos anymore. I used to share some fun teams that I find, but even then, like I just feel like building all these characters up just to play a fun team for a couple weeks. Is it worth it? Is it worth all that resource and that grind? Why not just focus on a few, like 4 or 5 teams that I really enjoy playing and cycle through those? I'm at a conflict. I don't know if I should be polling for Sino, Nilu. I know I want Dendro Archon because she's probably going to be the center of most Dendro reaction teams going forward. A Tiny Mouse is Walrus not a collector anymore? I'm thinking about it because like spending hundreds of dollars just to collect these characters so they can just collect dust in my inventory. There's a decent amount of them I don't use. Haven't used Albedo in a while. Ever since Yelan came out, Albedo has lost its purpose in a lot of my teams. I haven't used Ito in a while. I haven't used Zhao forever. It just makes me wonder, like, if I pull Sino, how, like, can Sino replace my Hu Tao team? Is Sino gonna be better than that? Anyone thinks Hoyoverse will stop making garbage tier 4, like 4 stars? No, I don't think so. I think for the most part, 4 stars are going to be quite underwhelming. 5-star Razor. Yeah, I thought about that. Like, Sino looks like a 5-star Razor, and like that's cool and all, but am I going to enjoy that? Am I going to be playing it? Like, look at all the content creators as well. Like, they also prefer one team or like a certain playstyle, right? Ziox likes his Zhao, Braxophone likes his Yoimiya, Ten likes his Morgana team. Even content creators who specialize in meta and build videos, they always gravitate back to their own preferred teams. So what's even the point of having like all these characters? It's really just fluff if you think about it. Ten with his Xiangling, yeah, like Ten with his national teams and stuff like that. And most free to plays are playing national teams anyways. Why can't they make solid 4-star characters like Diona or Rosario? Okay, I'll answer that question real quick. The reason Hoyoverse cannot make those characters, or at least they can't do it very frequently, is because it actually loses them potential revenue. When players gravitate, like I said, to certain characters, playstyles, team comps, once you perfect those team comps, you find very, very little reason to pull new characters, especially 4 stars. Hoyoverse much rather prefers to build more niche 4 stars so that you would need them to facilitate a future waifu. For example, let's say a future 5-star waifu comes out that is just an auto attack machine, like a physical auto attacker that hits like a truck, and you need Yunjin to buffer. Suddenly, Yunjin is going to have a huge spike in demand, right? You might not like Yoimiya. But you might pull Yunjin for that new 5-star character. That's what Hoyoverse is going for. They want to make units that are less versatile and more niche. The nicher, the better. Is that a word? The more niche, the better, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to make the money. It's all about money. Toma useful in Burgeon team right now, though. Yeah. So some people are going to go back and get Toma, right? His niche usefulness now starts to have a purpose. It sounds scummy, but it's a pretty smart business move. Like Bennett is just a terrible product to make money off of. Bennett is like probably losing them money. I'm willing to say if Bennett didn't exist in the game, they probably would have made like tens of millions more. That's how impactful it is. Because look at it like this. Remove Bennett from the game, how many teams just falls apart or needs other characters to facilitate? Other more niche characters. Right? So the better the 4-star, the less likely players are going to be replacing characters and pulling for new characters, which means they lose potential revenue. They don't lose anything in the game right now by making a good character. In fact, by making a good character, they're going to get money right now. But in the future, they're not going to be getting that money anymore. And having low constellations like Bennett C1 pretty much means the character is complete. Like Bennett, like what Bennett C1 should have been at, if we're going by today's metric, it probably likely would have been a C2 or a C4. Would have given you the Bennett C1 effect. That effect was huge for playing Bennett and making him feel like more complete as a character. In modern day Genshin, that constellation would have been at a 2-star or a 4-star, C2 or C4. A Tiny Meow says, to be fair, I'm expecting the attack buff to be a lot less relevant by the time we get to Pyro Archon, so let's see. Well, the thing is, it could be less relevant because teams have become more diluted, but at the same time, attack scaling characters are still going to be powerful. Like, I don't expect Raiden Shogun to be less impactful once we get to the Pyro Archon, right? Like, I think Raiden Shogun's damage is still going to be very relevant at that time. It's just, well, I can see one character getting completely destroyed. I mean, not destroyed, but like one character finally getting replaced by the time we get to the Pyro Archon, and that's Xiangling. I think, judging by how Archons go, I think the Pyro Archon likely will be some sort of like Xiangling on crack type of deal. Step Card 2004 says, I'm gonna go get water, don't roll it, please. I'll roll it in a little bit, Steph. When you come back, I'll roll it. Knowing chat, someone will join as member and we'll have to retype. Yeah, there's always that one guy. There is always that one guy. But don't worry, one step comes back. You know, here's the timer. One step comes back, we will roll it. Moonlight says check Discord for a second. Moonlight. People are fast with the memes, aren't they? They're always so damn fast. So, okay, I'm back. All right, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations. Alvis Priv, channel member. There it is. Channel member has won, but luck still remains at 7 times. It's not growing, nor is it resetting. Congratulations, Alvis. Once again, happy birthday to Shukai. Oh, I didn't expect this. A Welkin is a Welkin, you know? It's best to have the Welkin stack, and it's when it comes to dollar per gem value, Welkins is still undefeated. Okay, so as per rules, Alvin, just make sure to DM me after the live stream, and I'll set you up with the Welkin. It should be a very easy thing. I just log onto the website and get you the Welkin. You don't even need to log out. Okay, so with that said, back in game. Let's talk about finally. Let's talk about Nilou and Sino before we kind of disperse here, because when it comes to Nilou, I think people's knee-jerk reaction is that this character is going to be insanely niche, even more so because the Dendro Archon hasn't been released. What are your thoughts on Nilou? Because Hydro characters always have a way to wiggle themselves into the meta one way or another. Always. Always. Even Ayato, which is regarded as a more, you know, a more casual, you could say, like Hydro characters. It's not like as meta-centric and whatnot. But even then, right, like he just still feels very damn good. Lord of Sloth says, I feel she is going to be similar to Yoimiya. So you're gonna say like so you're saying like she's gonna feel kind of awkward until future characters maybe comes out and makes her more relevant. What do you think about Tartaglia? Tartaglia is a solid character. Tartaglia is pretty strong. When does 3.1 come out? 3.1 should be coming out in about a week. Like, yeah, a little over a week, 9 days. So once this banner disappears, 3.1 comes out. And I am not ready. Look, I have 6,000 Primo Gems. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. 4 pages. I have 20 polls prepped. This is gonna be rough. I want Sino. I want Sino really badly. Nilou, she's very cute. I think she's amazing. But you know, like you see, it always goes back to my old concern: is will I have the drive to play all these characters going forward? Like, or are they just gonna end up collecting dust in my storage? Because if they're gonna end up collecting dust, I don't want that. Right? Like, why would I want characters to end up collecting dust in the storage room? It just like I've realized that I've been wasting the potentials of a lot of these characters. It sucks, man. It really does. Farming materials for every character sounds hard. Yeah, and like having to level them up to level 80 and then testing them, getting all their talents to level 8 as well to optimize them and giving them each proper artifact set. It gets very, very, very tiring and tedious. And to a certain point, you just know, like, when you play the character, when you see the character, it's like, oh, I know I'm not going to really enjoy that playstyle very much, but I still have to do it because, like, I'm a collector. Like, that's just incredibly wasteful. I don't know. What do you guys think? And I think Nilou is gonna be taking a while to ramp up. I think I can get them on their reruns. Right? Like, and for example, if you guys were like, oh, but what about like making videos to review them? Don't you need them to review? Like, yeah, I do, but I can always just borrow one of your accounts. I'm sure somebody in chat here is gonna pull Nilou. Like, I can ask nicely and be like, "Hey, please, can I just use your Nilou to test things out? Try a couple things here and there, and I can make a video about it." Right? Like, leverage the resource of the community. I think I'll pull for Sino, but I don't know about Nilou. I might. Shukai says, I'll be honored if any of my characters get featured. Yeah, and think about it like this. If I am to feature people's characters, they're going to be much more well taken care of compared to if I were to do it. Because if I were to do it, I only have so much time and resource to pour into every character, and they seem just relatively weak. You know, like they don't feel strong. Or like at least they don't feel like a lot of love and attention went into them. Does that make any sense? Are you paying in exposure? Yeah. That's yeah, I pay in exposure. Shoutouts. I pay in shoutouts. I'll see though. I'll see. Nilou might, like, I might end up really enjoying her. Like, be like, oh my gosh, she looks really cool. Like, I really want her. But so far, it just feels like I could get her and I could skip her. I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. Because, like, think about it like this. Eventually there's going to be a slow patch. Nilou's going to come back and I'm going to be like, okay, Nilou's back. Let's pick her up. Right? It's not too late. It's not too late then to pick Nilou up. And also I just feel like it's very impractical. And it's not setting the best examples really. And I saw somebody say like, oh, you know, like having all the characters sounds like heaven. But trust me, when you get all the characters, you feel like there's an obligation to level all of the characters up. Like why? Because then you always question yourself, like why did you pull for this 5-star if you're not going to even bother leveling them up and playing them and building them, and you know, at least cycle through them a couple iterations in the Abyss. You spend like $100 worth of resource just pulling them, and even more building them up, and then you're just gonna toss them aside. Like, come on, right? It's just things like that. Right, like Sicker says, I have Hu Tao and I haven't leveled her up. Right, it's just like when that happens to me, I always end up questioning myself. It's like, okay, so why did you get them in the first place? If that's how you were gonna treat them. Large mass, I feel obligated to build my C3G. Well, no, but I don't get pressured by that because that was a byproduct. I always look at my gene and I'm just like, oh wait, why am I always look at my gene and I'm just like, I know you're a good character, but I'm never gonna play you. You know, the reason my gene is at level 70 is back over a year ago, I did what you call it? I did a collab with Braxophone. I did a collab with Braxophone before he became a Yoimiya main. I built his Kaching because he refused to build his Kaching, and he built my gene. Like, he leveled up my gene, used some resources here and there, and optimized her for me. But I'll be honest, I have never touched her ever since. So, that is what it is. I do think Sino and the Nilou are going to be decent characters, but they're not going to be anything spectacular or meta shattering. For example, Yelan is a meta shattering unit, in my opinion. Not only does she free up Xingqiu in a lot of like the best teams in the game, she herself is incredibly powerful and potent in her own right, for synergies that exist in multiple teams and not just a niche use for one team. So I don't think so basically what I'm saying is I don't think Nilou is going to be better than Yelan. Yes. Yeah, Nilou won't be better than Yelan. That's pure. That's my verdict, 100%. And I think Nilou is going to be more of like a either support DPS or maybe a potential on-field DPS. I think there's a decent chance for Nilou to be an on-field DPS, judging by how she looked. And she needs an off-field Dendro to pair with her. Count says, I believe Nilou will be a healer. Really now? Nilou being a healer? Nilou look like a driver. Yeah, like more like a driver. She's gonna be on field, kind of like Kokomi's driver, but like I think Nilou is gonna be a better driver than Kokomi, but she's gonna be a Dendro focused one. Nilou is a Bloom DPS. Yeah, pretty like along those lines, right? Like she's a Dendro reaction focused hydro on field character, which, you know, it's hard to put a finger on just like how effective that is going to be. Always a tough choice, you know, when presented to skip characters, because HoYoverse has a way to make you regret skipping their characters. They always find a way. Like, oh, you want to skip this character? Well, you're gonna really hate yourself 3 patches down the line when this character becomes essential. Every goddamn time. But we cannot let them intimidate us in that on that front, because that's just gonna siphon more money. Think about it like this, right? It's the same as when you go and see, like, when you go to what you call it, when you go to a clearance sale and then you see something being like used to be $500, and then you're like, and then they say like, oh, but now it's only $300. You're still spending $300, but a lot of people will choose to say like, oh, but I saved $200. Yeah, but you're still spending $300. Right? It's kind of like that's the conflict I have in my head. It's like, oh my god, right? You can pull this character and you can, but yeah, like, but you're still spending $100 worth of primo gems, if not a flat out $100 or $200 to get the character. The logic doesn't make sense. Yeah, you're still ending up spending. It's still siphoning money out of your pocket. That's like kind of the conflict I have with Genshin, when like people was like, oh yeah, but like, you get the character and you can build them right now, and they can serve you. Like, yeah, but I'm still spending the money for the characters. It's not like, like, oh, but like the bonus reset. Yes, I'm getting double the primo gems, but I'm still spending the money, right? Like, it's just, it's hard to justify it. It's very hard to justify this. I have to fight this internally. Raymond has been patrolling all day. Aren't your legs tired, Raymond? Novelty says, hello, I haven't been to your live stream in decades. How are you? I'm doing good. We're just kind of wrapping up here, though. Like, I went through everything I think that was important in the Genshin 3.1 live stream. We did our giveaway, but overall, yeah, I've been doing good. I'm currently at a dilemma because I need to decide whether or not I want to continue collecting all the Genshin characters. Meanwhile, Zhongli is fancy feeding towards us. This is how Zhongli searches for Tartaglia for Mora. Like this. Who has the funniest run? Chat. Who has the funniest run out of them all? Who has the silliest run? Xingqiu? Yeah. Why are his caps moving so much? You guys should try it with your own characters. You should try it with your own characters. Because each of their moving animation is so different. I also do this sometimes. Some of them look really silly like this. I'm just here to terrorize Raymond on his shift. Hey Raymond, what's up? What's up, dog? Anyways, I think we've had enough fun today. I'm gonna call it here. Gonna end the stream. Yeah. Next Wednesday we're probably what is there to do? We'll see. We'll see what we could do next Wednesday. I've already cleared the abyss. I've done like I'm grinding up. We might start actually talking about Sino because I'm actually interested in the character. Unlike some of the old 5 stars, I might be making some Sino team videos as like I used to. So you guys can stay tuned for that. I might completely embarrass myself, but don't get it twisted. I'm not doing any theory crafting. All right, I'm just doing some walrus crafting, meaning I go off of my gut feelings and I kind of experiment with certain concepts. So if you guys are also polling for Sino, make sure to tune in for next live stream or maybe next Saturday's live stream. We'll see. All right. My cat is right here on my you guys see? You guys see her? Right here on my arm. So I can't really move. Hannah Banana, yeah. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in as usual. Congrats again to the winner. Thank you to Shukai. Happy birthday. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next live stream. Till then, urge you all to stay safe. Peace. Bye. Can't end stream my cat.